Can you say amen? Go ahead.
Come on.
Good morning, everyone.
Good
I'd like to
morning.
thank Reverend Richo for allowing me to come here and speak this morning, and I can tell you that I really do feel at home here this morning. I don't want to start crying because somebody's videoing for me today, but I just want to let y'all know that God lives inside my heart, and I know that. And everything that I do, and the reason I am what I am today is because God touched me when I was a child. I was saved when I was 10 years old, and I've attended church since I was a little girl, and I love the Lord. Whether I'm in church or whatever, I feel like church is inside of me. Thank y'all for letting me come today. And it's good to see you, Christine Hill, because today I feel like me speaking for the first time. You were one of the ones that I met, the first one when I was working in trying to save the beach. And you encouraged me, you wanted me to run for an office. I think it was going to be state representative at the time, but it wasn't my time to do that. But now I feel like it's my time to do what I'm going to do. But anyway, I want to let everyone know that I'm a lifelong resident of Fernandina Beach. I moved here from Jacksonville when I was 9 years old. My parents moved us here because they wanted us to have better schools. My mother is a commercial fisherman, retired, and my stepfather, who has now passed away. And my father lives in Jacksonville, and he was retired from the post office, and he is also a Korean War veteran, and he's 91 years old. I have one sister, and I also have the crown jewel of my life is my son, and his name is Wyatt Lee, and he's a graduate of Fernandina Beach High School, 2004. And he is married, and I don't have grandchildren yet, but I'm hoping I'm going to have them one day soon. Also, to let you know a little bit about me, and some of you may know Smiley Lee. Well, my first husband, the father of my son, is Mike Lee, and Mike worked down at the fish house at Atlantic Seafood, and Smiley Lee is my son's great uncle, because he would be my ex-husband's uncle. But Smiley is responsible for why the Greenway is there. He donated that property. So that's just a little bit of the history behind me. But anyway, I do work for the Nassau County School Board. I've been there for 18 years. And since 2005, I have worked in the attendance. I handle the attendance for the district. If you're not sending your child to school, then you're going to get a letter from my office, and it'll have my signature on it. And if you continue to not send your child to school, then you're going to be in court, and we're going to be filing charges. Which I don't really like to have to do. But I also work in juvenile court. I am the liaison for the Nassau County School Board, and I'm in juvenile court once a week testifying about the attendance, grades, and discipline on the children that are getting in trouble. So I do that. I want to let you know that I'm a union president for the Nassau Education Support Personnel Association. I'm a secretary, I'm not a teacher. The teachers have their union, but we also have our union, and I have been the president since 2012. I am the vice president or a vice president for the Florida AFL-CIO, and I'm also a vice president for Citizens of Public Beaches and Shores. And with the Citizens of Public Beaches and Shores, that's where I really started getting more and more interested in the community when they said they were going to shut the beaches down and not allow us to go on them, that they were going to be privatized. I believe that we should keep those beaches open for everybody to enjoy, because sometimes that's my only solace, is to go there and sit and think, is at that beach. And it's one of our treasures. The main reason that I'm running for city commission is because I want to protect our island's treasures. And that's our beach, our marina, the people, the trees and our tree canopy, and the history. That is what I'm running for, because all of those things to me are treasures that we value here on Amelia Island and in Fernandina Beach. I'm running to be a servant for those who will entrust me to be their voice. I want to be that voice. And it's not about me, it's about we. It's always going to be about we. I'm running because I have a heart and a passion for our community and our city. I'm not a politician, and I never will be. I have no hidden agenda. In order for things to change, you have to stop doing the same thing over and over again. Bringing the community together is very important to me. There's so much division in our country right now, and I feel like we have to work together. Making residents feel like they have a voice and that they belong in our government is so important. Many issues could be solved by just sitting down and listening. Communities working together cohesively. That would solve a lot of our problems if we could just do that. For the most part, I feel our city is safe and a great place to raise children. We need more for our children, though, because we don't have enough to keep them busy and to keep them out of trouble. Years ago, when my son was young, we used to have the Citizens Watch in the neighborhoods. I don't know what's happened to that, but then when people would have those, you could get together in the community and know who your neighbor was. When you went to the grocery store, you knew who people were, and we watched out for each other's children. I don't see that happening anymore, and that's something I feel like we need to bring back. I'm old school, and I believe my elders, the people that have come before me, are the ones that are going to help me to be successful. There are a lot of those who are still here in this community, and I'm going to be counting on them. I'm going to be counting on you to help me when there's a problem. My phone's on 24 hours a day. As a union president, I get calls even when I'm on vacation. I'm here for people, and that's what I want to be. I want to be the servant, because this is a servant position. My desire, like I said, is to be a servant for all people of our community. And I want to have an open door policy so that if there's anything that you need, all you need to do is ask me. Ms. Richo, thank you again for letting me speak. I don't want to take up a lot of time because I think God's here and He's wanting to speak to some hearts today. But I would appreciate you signing a petition to add me to the ballot. And this also, I probably could have spent $130 to get on the ballot, but I didn't want to do that. I want to be able to be in the community and meet people. Yesterday in the cold, I was down there meeting people, talking to people, and I love to meet people. I'll tell you a little secret. My grandfather told me when I was little that I was vaccinated with a Victrola needle. He said, because you always talk. I've never met a stranger. I love to talk to people, and I love our community. And I thank you very much for allowing me to come speak. Also, y'all want to say something else too. This Fund Our Future, the Florida Education Association, which is the largest union in the state of Florida and the union that I belong to, the officers are going to be here on November the 20th at 7 o'clock in the morning for a breakfast at Macedonia. They've opened up their church. They'll only be here for an hour, but the problem that we have right now as a legislator is not funding public education. And that is what this is about. They have been traveling all over the state of Florida to bring awareness that we need funding for public education. Education is where it starts. If you don't have a good quality education, you cannot do anything in life anymore. Your diploma is so important. So I hope that y'all, if you're available, that you can come to this on that day. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And that's going to be